30 years ago, the world came together in Beijing to chart a course for gender equality. Kenya, hosting the Nairobi Forward-Looking Strategies Conference in 1985, was already leading the charge. Today, we reflect on the path we have traveled, the challenges overcome, and the road ahead. Because equal is greater.
We have benefited from whatever was discussed in Beijing in 1995. It may have been gradual, but eventually most of us ended up occupying those spaces which those women before us had gone to participate in Beijing and say this is what we want.
Before, there were communities where a woman will not go to hospital without the permission of the husband. But now she can access the health facilities. Education the same. The girls and women are given equal opportunities as men are getting. If we talk about the economy of Kenya, we cannot be successful without the women, and they are doing their part and they are doing it well.
The 2010 Constitution made a huge impact on the rights of women. Before the Constitution of Kenya, women could not transfer their citizenship to their children, and now women are equal citizens in this country and are able to transfer citizenship to their children or to their spouses.
30 years on, we can see that we've made a lot of progress in looking at the situation of women and the girl child, and that this is something that is no longer just seen from the perspective of Africa, but really from all over the world.
It used to be a no-go zone to even talk about gender equality. The moment you mention gender equality, they say it's about women.
Kenya's commitment to gender equality has been unwavering. From constitutional reforms ensuring equal rights to women's empowerment funds enabling business ownership, we have seen women rise in education, the workplace, and politics.
Eventually, some of us were able to take up leadership positions, and it's from there that we were able to push for some of the policies and laws that help to protect girls and women.
I went to Beijing in 1995. That is when I was at the peak of rescuing girls, giving them an education. So I went to Beijing to talk about the problems that girls go through in primary and secondary school, why they do not finish school, why they drop out, and what can be done.
As a 6-year-old, my grandmother told me, in our days we held the djembe, but you hold your pen. If you do not want one day to have your children walking around from door to door, begging and looking for food, then hold your pen.
Education remains a powerful tool in empowering the girl child. In Kenya, the gender parity index in primary education stands at 0.97, with girls outperforming boys in enrollment rates in many regions.
We realize that FGM is a problem. And how do you solve a problem? The girl does not circumcise herself. There are women who circumcise them. We start now a journey again with the so-called katas. These are women who circumcise the little girls. We bring them together and then we train them and tell them, you know what, it doesn't help. Let the girls go to school. Stop circumcising them.
Initiatives like Polycom Girls provide sanitary products allowing them to stay in school, free primary education, free day secondary education, re-entry guidelines and other policies by government. Despite the gains, challenges remain. FGM continues to affect thousands of girls annually. In some parts of Kenya, the practice is hidden behind cultural celebrations where girls are more vulnerable to undergoing the procedure. Under the Anti-FGM Act and the Education of FGM Policy, the Kenyan government remains resolute in eradicating this harmful practice. A multi-sectoral task force remains vigilant, ensuring that perpetrators face the full force of the law.
Girls, as soon as they are circumcised, they are told, now you are a woman. And if you rescue a girl from FGM, the parents will tell you, you know what, we wanted this girl married. And you've decided that you want her in school. For that reason, can you then educate her? We have more than 200 girls now who are in school with our program called Keeping Girls in School.
Femicide and gender-based violence remain significant issues. The Kenyan government's commitment is clear. Zero tolerance for any violence against women. A multi-agency team, including law enforcement and healthcare providers, work relentlessly to protect victims and ensure justice.
There are different contributing factors to gender-based violence that we need to address, starting with the social norms, the patriarchy around it, the mindsets of different people. Start to address the social pressures, so to say. Some would say it's the economic situations that are contributing to the same. Some people I listened to would say people know that you can get away with perpetrating gender-based violence and still come out and perpetrate and nothing will happen to you. And that of course also speaks to only about 15% of the cases that we receive a gender-based violence going through the court process and seeing the convictions around the same. Why? Because a lot of threats, by someone violating you, being someone known to you a lot of the times and so forth.
I want to dream of a government that would put aside a percentage of our finances to go into gender mainstreaming. I think once we kick out poverty, men and women will work at a level where there's equality, there's peace at home, there's resources in the hands of men and women, and that's how equality will flourish in this country.
Through partnerships with the police, healthcare providers, and community leaders, Kenya is making strides in reducing femicide and ensuring that justice is served.
We have laws against sexual violence, domestic violence. We have laws against FGM. We have laws on succession. We have laws on a number of issues.
What do we need to do is calling out gender-based violence in all those spaces that we're talking about, the religious institutions, the academic institutions, our communities, our workspaces, the public. Those are the areas that gender-based violence happens.
As Kenya looks to the future, the goal is clear: a fully inclusive society where all women and girls can thrive. From policy reforms to grassroots movements, Kenya continues to pave the way toward gender equality, knowing that equal is greater. In 1985, Kenya took a bold step on the path toward gender equality. Today, we continue that journey with pride and determination, knowing that every step forward is a step toward a brighter future for all.
A lot of awareness now that has been created, so women know that now they can also go for it. Once we know that the next generation is in it, then that's when you realize that you are getting the success of the Beijing platform for action.
As a young woman growing up, very many of the rights that we see today that women have, the space that women have, the freedoms that women have now, they were really not in existence. They were not tangible. And many young women now, I believe, are enjoying them, but I think it's important for them to know that they still need to work hard to make sure that this space remains protected and that there is no rollback on the gains that women have made.